From mysterious online societies to the existence of above top secret projects, these are 5 of the world's best kept secrets.
Number 5. WikiLeaks. Who are the whistleblowers?
WikiLeaks, at its core, is an organization that publishes news leaks and secret information from whistleblowers. The man who started it all is the infamous Julian Assange. Even though WikiLeaks has released intel since 2006, the leak of the July 12, 2007 Baghdad airstrike, dubbed Collateral Murder, was the first time WikiLeaks became a household name. The same year, they also released the Afghanistan war logs, the Iraq war logs, and Cablegate. Now, this is where we run into an issue. In this case, the whistleblower is known. Chelsea Manning, born Bradley Manning, was convicted of violation of the Espionage Act for disclosing information to WikiLeaks. But the general consensus among the intel community is that Manning wanted to be found out, going as far as to email her superiors with claims that the video was an exact match to the one found on the top secret protected SIPR network that the US government uses. Apart from the Manning case, there hasn't been another confirmed leaker. That hasn't stopped anyone from speculating wildly though. From collusion with the Kremlin to the untimely death of the Democratic National Committee employee Seth Rich, the web is chock full with guesses, theories, and conspiracies. Assange has never released information about the people who give intel to his organization, and it is believed that there is no way for him to even know, since everything is given anonymously.
Number 4. Cicada 3301. Who runs this group? Hello. We're looking for highly intelligent individuals. To find them, we have devised a test. There is a message hidden in this image. Find it, and it will lead you on the road to finding us. Good luck.
This cryptic image was first posted on January 4th, 2012, and of course it was found on a 4chan board. Many people assumed it was just someone running a prank, but there was a few people who were intrigued. Over the course of a month, a dedicated group of users solved multiple, increasingly harder puzzles. It was all fun and games until one of the last clues was found. Coordinates. This was no longer an online role-playing game. At this point, a lot of people got spooked, but some persevered through their fears. Considering there was an active chat channel and multiple forums trying to crack the code at the same time, you might say that the solving of the puzzles was crowdsourced. The last clue to the Cicada 3301 puzzle led to a site on the deep web, but only a select few saw it in its original state. The site had been replaced with a simple message: "We want the best, not the followers." So things get a bit stranger at this point. According to someone who was part of the people that made the cut, Cicada 3301 finally revealed themselves. Somewhat. On January 5th, 2016, the 4th round of recruitment began.
Number 3. Satoshi Nakamoto. Who is the man behind Bitcoin?
Okay, many of you are familiar with Bitcoin. It is the most popular cryptocurrency in existence, a digital currency that uses cryptography to control the creation of new coins and the transactions of coins, a medium of exchange, a digital asset. So far, so good. Was Bitcoin the original cryptocurrency? No. There was many before it, and it can all be traced back to Wei Dai, the creator of B-Money. Then there was Nick Szabo and his BitGold concept, and then a few others tried to join in. Out of all, Bitcoin is by far the most successful one. The venture began in 2009, and it was created by the secret and mysterious identity only known as Satoshi Nakamoto. There are a few educated guesses as to who it might be, but nothing has been proven. It is also believed that Nakamoto has a wallet with roughly 1 million bitcoins in it. In US dollars, we're talking about 1.9 billion. In reality, if Nakamoto ever decided to move or sell any of these bitcoins, the whole market might collapse. Why? Because there would be widespread panic as to how much of the coins will be dispersed, creating an imbalance in the supply and demand chain. As of right now, one Bitcoin trades for $1,906. And a fun side note, another big player in the Bitcoin market is none other than the FBI. Since the closure of the deep web market Silk Road, the Fed seized around 180,000 Bitcoins, or $343 million. Nice little come up.
Number 2. The Ultra Secret. The cracking of the Enigma code.
Perhaps the best kept secret in modern times has to be the cracking of the Enigma machine. The machine was created by the Germans at the height of World War II, and at the time, it was the most complicated cipher machine in existence. There's a bit of a debate about what made it so hard to crack, but a major factor was the amount of possible combinations. A good estimate is around 159 million combinations. The British military intelligence designated a lot of manpower in the race to crack the code. The project was named Ultra. It was so secret and important that it was considered more important than top secret intel. Thus the name Ultra Secret. Ultra was primarily comprised of the Polish Cipher Bureau, the American Signal Intelligence, and most importantly, Bletchley Park and the genius mind of Alan Turing. Turing came up with a cryptoanalytic process that reduced the number of starting possible combinations greatly. In simple terms, the process calculated the letter frequencies in a language. Coupled with mistakes and misuse of the Enigma code by the Germans and findings from field officers, the Enigma code was cracked. So what's the big deal? Well, the Allies knew that if information about them having cracked the code reached the Germans, all the work done would be for nothing. They even lied to their soldiers, often sending them on pointless missions to create plausible deniability. And the British government let the Germans attack the city of Coventry. Oh, and they also made up non-existent spies and gave them thank you notes. After the war was over, Enigma machines reached the hands of other not-so-great people and third-world countries. Western countries had the capability of intercepting vital information from anyone that thought the Enigma cipher was secure. That all lasted 29 years. In 1974, the code was ultimately revealed in a book by F.W. Winterbotham, a supervisor of the distribution of ultra-intelligence during the war. There was earlier revelations about the Ultra Secret, but none of them were very detailed or became popular in the mainstream.
Number 1. Black Projects. What is the Department of Defense working on?
And here we go. There is arguably nothing more interesting or secretive than the operations of the US military and government. We're talking highly classified, need to know, letter designated information, black projects, or defense projects that are unacknowledged publicly by the government. Black sites, defense locations that are unacknowledged publicly by the government, and black budget, expenditures not disclosed publicly. The annual black budget for the US Department of Defense in 2012 was reported as around $53 billion by leaker extraordinaire Edward Snowden. We can sit here and speculate all we want, but there is no way in hell we will ever find out what the current black projects and sites that the Department of Defense is working on are. So instead, let's look at confirmed black projects of the past, like the SR-71 Blackbird, the fastest plane ever recorded. How fast? 2,193.2 miles per hour fast. The general protocol for evading surface-to-air missiles was to just accelerate and outfly. The plane was developed by the Lockheed Corporation, a favorite of the US military, at their Skunk Works division. This haunting picture shows all the pilots of SR-71 Blackbirds in the 80s. There's something about this image that is very surreal, almost alien-like. When I first saw it, I just had to know the history behind it. Considering the plane reached altitudes of 80,000 feet, they had to wear these special pressurized suits to stay alive. Some other notable declassified black projects are the B-2 Spirit Bomber, the F-117 Nighthawk, and the IX-529 Sea Shadow. Which one do you think is the coolest? Before we go, Area 51 is considered a black site, and what happens there may never be known. We will go over Area 51 in a future video. But for now, don't forget to let me know what you thought about this video in the comments below, and subscribe to World and Earth for more awesome content. Check out the video coming up next. See you there.